Episode 100. Big episode. We're back. Griff, how you been? How's the week been?
The week has been...
Son of a... All right, we're good.
The week has been, let's just put it that way. It's been...
Oh, man. Let's hear about it.
I'm having a little... This is school related. I have this big project. Basically, one of my classes is you have to make a business by the end of the semester. And we're going through a whole business plan and all the nitty gritty stuff from marketing to our revenue model and all this jazz. And I'm really stoked about our idea. The way we kind of picked ideas at the get-go. Every student in the class had one top idea. And then everyone voted on which one they thought was the best. And we picked the top 5 to make teams. So I got to do my idea, which is like kind of related to elderly care and revolutionizing senior care and making it easier for people. Anyway, to prevent this from being a super long story, I got some people on my team from the class and they fucking suck.
Oh, jeez.
We had a presentation yesterday. I made the entire presentation. I mean, one girl helped me with like 4 slides, but I did the other 16. Like, it was ridiculous.
Jesus.
And I have 4 other people on my team. So I made the entire prototype too. I made a whole website model for the presentation too. And, the funniest part was this, and this is what I wanted to say. There's one kid on my team. I won't say his name, but he was like, okay, dude, yeah, I'm sorry I haven't been at some of the meetings recently because he hasn't been involved that much. And he's like, I'll work on our prototype and we can present it tomorrow. And I'm like, perfect, man, let's go. And I had a bad feeling, which is why I also made a prototype because I didn't really trust it. It was late yesterday, or it was late 2 days ago. And that's when we had to turn it in, and he still didn't have anything in there. So I was like, what's going on, bro? And eventually, come class time, he has something and he pulls it up on the screen in front of the whole class. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a nightmare. And he starts running through it. And he tells me he fully finished the whole thing. But in actuality, he didn't, because we scrolled down the website and instead of like there being senior citizens on the website and you can kind of gauge what we're talking about, it's like starving African children. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing right now? And the class was like, what's going on here? And he's like giggling. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You're botching this whole thing.
Jeez,
oh my God.
Dude.
Luckily, like 2 people in the class started chuckling too. So I guess it was funny, but.
That's tough.
Bro, just straight up African babies and starving children on our website. And I'm like, this is not,
Yeah. Group projects in college, man, that shit happens more often than not, where like it's usually just like 1 or 2 people who do all of the fucking work and the other people don't do shit. And I've been on both sides of it. Like, I've been the person that doesn't do anything and I've been the person that does everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I say just drop out.
Dude, I know. I mean, I've been joking about that since last year. I mean, we're coming up on. I'm scared, bro. I'm in one class right now that's not going well, and I need to pass it. And
what class is it?
This one that I'm in, it's heavy numbers based. It's early in the morning. Yo, you're back.
I swear to God, if this shit happens again on this fucking episode, I'm gonna be pissed.
Dude, it's all good. No,
I don't know. We've done this so many times. I don't know why, like, now it's just not.
Has anything changed since we've done this before?
No, nothing. My computer's getting
old.
up there. Yeah.
It could be that. It's like connection though. It's primarily connection. That's why you're dipping out.
Well, I'll turn off my Wi-Fi on my phone. Maybe that'll help. But
okay,
I'm the only one home right now. Like, no one else is on the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I don't fucking know. My computer's like fucking Joe Biden, dude. It's got a mind of its own.
Oh God.
In and out. In and out.
All right. Well, I gotta actually let's talk about your week, and then I have a few funny questions that I want to ask you.
Hell yeah, let's fucking go. Episode 100, gonna be a great episode. My week. Well, dude, we've been journaling.
Yes,
Which
we
has
have.
been huge.
We have. Yes.
Yesterday,
we are sticking to that.
Yeah. Did you do yours last night?
Last night, I did not.
Neither did I.
I did not.
Yeah. Neither did I. But the rest of the week we were good. We
No,
did it every day.
I wasn't at my house last night, and I used my iPad to write in my journal, and I brought my iPad, and I literally I was so tired from yesterday with school that I just fell asleep, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But
Me too.
we've been consistent for the past 3 days, 4 days or something.
Yep.
So that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. I made up for yesterday because usually I do them at night before bed.
Yeah.
I made up for yesterday. I wrote in it today, so I'm just gonna count that and then do another one tonight.
Cool.
But yeah, this week journaling. I did a few meditations the last 2 days, which have been huge. I did one in the sauna, which is damn near euphoric.
Oh yeah.
Went to yoga a few times, working, trying to figure out my plan for the future.
Yeah.
It looks like not definitive, but it looks like I'm going to be moving to Denver.
Colorado. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Fuck. It's so hard to talk about because I don't know exactly how it'll play out. And I don't know. There's just so much up in the air. As far as apprenticeship goes, dude, I've reached out to so many goddamn artists, and most of them say that they don't have enough experience to have an apprentice, which I totally get that.
Yeah.
I have a potential lead in Denver. He said, when you're in town, bring in your portfolio and we can discuss further.
Okay.
There's this girl in Austin, Texas, who I did a podcast with for Lonely Cowboy. She was interested in having me in as an apprentice, but the only way I could do that is if I worked at this hostel that's right around the corner from her shop. But the hostel hasn't gotten back to me, so
interesting.
I don't think that will play out. What else happened this week, dude? So here's something I was thinking about. So I've done I gotta get rid of this stupid thing. It says Griff is using a roadcaster. What should I do?
Oh god.
Just X out. Get out of here.
Roadcaster.
All right, I guess it's
I got a lot of energy right now.
Me too, man. So I've been working blue collar jobs for on and off since I decided to drop out. So that was in 2019, and it has given me such a profound respect for blue collar jobs and just the fucking toll it takes on your body.
Oh yeah,
dude, I get home from work and I hate sounding like I'm complaining about work, and especially this kind of work, because I am blessed to be able to have the health to do these jobs, and everyone else I work with, they do it full time.
Right.
But man, fuck, it takes a toll on the body.
Yeah.
And it's just I just don't love it. And I feel, because in every construction crew I've worked with, it's fun when everyone is struggling together. It's misery loves company.
Right.
So in that aspect, it's fun. But some jobs, man, I'm just God, this is not it. I just don't feel like I'm doing what I should be doing,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm battling that. What else happened this week? Not much. Waking up earlier, which is huge.
Awesome.
That's definitely helped. Going to bed earlier, trying to stay off social media. I had this idea and I wanted to run it by you. I'm trying to figure out a way, because obviously businesses, right? Especially Lonely Cowboy, the podcast, whatever. You need social media. You need to be active on it.
Yes.
But also, it's very unhealthy to be on it too much, which I've been doing. So what I was thinking is every month, like Mondays are social media days. So Mondays are all the postings, scheduled postings, because you can do that now.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tuesday through Sunday, no social media.
Yeah.
What do you think about that idea?
I think it can work as long as you're consistent. And I mean, have you dived into other platforms, or are you sticking to mainly Instagram and YouTube, or no? What platforms are you using mainly right now? I know Instagram.
Quick question. Does it say recording on your end?
It says recording on my end. Okay. Yeah.
Because I just saw that it clicked record and it said like someone was already recording. So as long as it's going on your end, we're good.
Okay. We're going.
I use Instagram mostly.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube, but I don't really consider that as much social media because like I'm watching podcasts and educational stuff. I watch a lot of like UFC content with fighters and shit. So that is not, it's not as mindless because it's longer format. But Instagram, yeah. TikTok, not really. Twitter, I haven't been on fucking Twitter in years.
Yeah.
Facebook, no. So it's really just Instagram.
So are you talking about posting on Mondays, or are you talking about just using social media in general on Mondays?
I'm both. I'm saying like both? Mondays are the days where I have all the content for the week. I schedule it out, post it. And then after that, when, Monday at 9 p.m., no more social media for the rest of the week. And the content just posts on itself. Yeah.
I do like that a lot. I definitely think that can work. And especially if we create an audience, they will start to expect content on Mondays and they'll look forward to it. That's kind of how those things work.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that is possible. It's a good idea. And the other trend that I've noticed on social media is as you start to develop a following, it's almost cooler to not respond to the people on your page and just say, to leave the comments there and be like, oh my God, he's not answering, like his word means something more,
Yeah.
It's an interesting trend that I've noticed. People build more hype around that, which if you were only posting on Mondays, you would not be able to answer comments that directly or instant messages or something like that. My only piece of advice is I don't see this working as well on Instagram. Also, my question is, you want to use Monday to post things and schedule posting, so you could be posting throughout the week. Is that what you're saying also?
Yes.
Okay. So now that changes my perspective. So yes, it would work. So if you're using Monday to then schedule your posts throughout the week, but you're just using social media on Monday. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That would definitely work, especially if you have a consistent posting schedule. Like if you stuck to, I don't know how many posts you want to do a week, let's say like 3 a week, and you stuck to a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. That would be great. I mean, the biggest thing for social media is to stay consistent, to post as much as you can, and to promote engagement at the end of the day. And then also diversifying your platforms. You got to be on every platform.
Which sucks, but it's so true.
I know. I mean, in terms of quick growth, which is, I think, exactly what you're looking for. Like you want to grow quickly. You want to put yourself out there. Instagram is not going to be that place. Instagram is just like, I mean, by the luck of the draw, really, you'll get people to come to you. But usually it's through YouTube or TikTok or I honestly, I don't think there's any other place, really. Typically, you start on YouTube or TikTok, you blow the hell up, and then the people who are following you will transition into checking out your other pages, your Instagram, your Threads, which is the Twitter competitor, your Twitter, your whatever. So if there was a criticism or a piece of advice other than what your idea is, I think it's great. I think the biggest thing you could do is to stop posting on Instagram as much and post more on TikTok or sorry, not Twitter,
You're right.
or YouTube.
You're right. All right, so this week I got to make 3 short vids for TikTok, Instagram,
Yeah.
Shorts.
Exactly. Even 2 would go a long way if you space it out. Like, I know the more you post you have to do, the more difficult it is, but it's super easy, bro. Like, even if anyone who's watching just covers their ears right now, even if we take this podcast, for example, if you record the footage and you have the file, bro, I have a website. You just drop the file in and it makes quick edits for you. And it has captions and it has everything done for you. And then you can just post it. I've posted one on my TikTok. It's fucking sick.
All right. Let's
so actually, hold on. I'll show it to you real quick.
I'm recording on your side, right? Just to make sure.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know why it's telling
this is what it looks like.
Oh, dude, let's fucking go.
Yeah, hold on. But
is that from a podcast?
This was my fitness podcast.
Oh, gotcha. Nice.
I didn't edit any of this.
Oh, dude, let's go. We're in.
It took KEEGS. It took me 5 minutes to do it. All I had to do was wait for it to do its thing. So it's powerful stuff. Like, that's an easy way to get started. And then if you really want to start to have your own sort of what's the word, like imprint or style, let's say, like to a tattoo artist, having your own style videos also goes a long way. So
I thought about that show like the tattoo show.
Yeah. Yes. Do you know when you're tattooing your friend again?
No, I do not. I just tattooed him yesterday. But I was thinking, so my biggest thing is I don't want, I've realized this recently. I don't want to be known as a tattoo artist until I get a legit apprenticeship and I just want to pay respect to the actual tattoo artist. Sorry, lowering my chair a bit. So I was thinking the show could be not a tattoo artist, but I just tattoo people and make it very clear, from the beginning of the show. I'm I am not a tattoo artist. Do not do this at home.
That's perfect. It's so perfect, KEEGS. Seriously, man.
All right.
You're taking us on your journey of learning how to tattoo. That's the perfect thing about it. It's everyone wants to be in your shoes, but we're not as ballsy enough, so we're watching you do it.
Fuck. All right.
Seriously, KEEGS, I'm telling you, for the love of God, just tattooed him yesterday. Seriously, the next time, bro, because the longer you wait, the less likely it's going to happen. Let's just do it.
You're right.
Just do it. I don't care. Just try it out. And if it's stupid, fine. But it's worth a shot. It's worth a good shot.
You're fucking right, man. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be great.
Listen,
I'm saying it right now. I'm not a tattoo artist. I'm not a fucking tattoo artist, but I know how to.
But you're learning.
I'm learning.
Yes, you're learning.
And until I have a full-blown apprenticeship and I have experience in a real shop, I will not take the title of tattoo artist out of respect for the tattoo world, because I know that they're fucking ruthless, dude. Tattoo, it's annoying, but I get it. You got to pay your dues. So I'm not a tattoo artist, but I'm going to be tattooing. So
Yes, and you're learning. You're eventually going to get there.
yeah. Word. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 3 videos this
I'm
week.
hone you to that.
All
and
right,
I'm
all
going
right.
to text you the next, like, do you have any idea in terms of dates, like when you might be tattooing him again?
I could text him. He might do one this weekend. I don't know.
Boom.
Yeah.
If you can get him this weekend, KEEGS, set it up. Or, actually, you don't even have to have it set up yet. Just actually try to lay it out. Try to go, if you're going to do it in the ambulance, which I think you should, then sit up in the ambulance and go to town. Just squat yourself in there and run a few tests, or raw dog it. Just wait till he shows up and then put it up and just be like, hey man, we're just going to try to do a video while I tattoo you, and you can just sit here and be quiet, or you can chime in. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
I'm telling you, man, that is going to work. And if you post that series on TikTok, bro, holy crap. Holy crap. Those series, I'm not even kidding, man. It doesn't matter what it is. People post anything from movie clips in series to like crazy things. Like I've seen this one kid, he tattoos himself. He's learning how to tattoo, and he tattoos himself every day.
I've seen that. Yeah. I've thought about doing that, but
no, don't do that. Please.
Yeah.
I don't condone any of that. But the series concept for social media is a great way for you to actually get people to watch, and then from there they could even watch this. Who knows?
Should the series be called Not a Tattoo Artist?
That's a good start. Yeah.
I like it.
That's a great start.
It sets the bar low.
Yeah.
So it's like
very low. Yeah.
Acknowledging that I'm not a tattoo artist. And if it turns out bad, well,
yeah.
I told you.
I see. KEEGS, the one thing is, though, every tattoo artist had to start somewhere. Every tattoo artist started off as not being a tattoo artist,
Yeah, that's true.
But
you're right.
So, I mean, if you're worried about, like claiming that you're a tattoo artist, every tattoo artist is going to know that you are, like, if you preface that you're learning, then, they're not going to be like, you're not qualified to do that.
Bro, they will. Trust me.
Dude, they
are ruthless.
They're full of it then. I mean, how eventually you have to move from your fake skin onto a actual person, right? Yeah. And you have practiced already on fake skin for a while now. So like, it's like, okay, guys, I got to do something. Okay. I'm trying to make this work. So, whatever, like, don't worry about what potential people are going to say, man. That's all. That's all. I'm going to stop. Right. I'm so boxing right now.
No, you're right. You're dead on, dude. You're dead on. And I think that's part of the reason why I want to stay off social media for like the week, but still do it on Mondays. Is just because like I don't want to look at every time I go on Instagram and I see these amazing pieces, I'm like, fuck, dude, they're just so goddamn good.
Yeah.
So it's just a comparison that is unhealthy in any aspect, whether that's tattooing or whatever it is.
Right.
But yeah. All right. 3 posts this week. Gonna try and do a tattoo video. We'll rip the podcast up into clips. Do that. Dude, we're taking over. All right.
Yeah.
I'm sick of playing around. We're fucking taking over.
All right.
We have nothing to lose, dude. Literally nothing.
No, there's nothing to lose ever.
Right. Let's get into your questions. What do you got?
All right. So one of them is, if you could invite 3 fictional characters to a party, who would they be and what would you guys talk about?
Fictional? Like?
Yeah. Like Anakin Skywalker.
Okay. So can they be characters from a movie, but they're like real people?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Joe Dirt. That's one. Oh, that's a great fucking question, dude. Joe Dirt, Austin Powers, and
Austin Powers.
Joe Dirt, Austin Powers, and have you ever seen Mac and Devin Go to High School?
No.
All right, then I'm not going to say the reference. Dude, I'm trying to think of my favorite movies and shows. Maybe fucking Cartman from South Park.
That's a good lineup.
We would dude. I don't know. We would talk about what's the phrase like sex, drugs, and rock and roll? Yeah, that would be it for sure.
I love it.
What would you do? What would you pick?
I would do, my favorite movie of all time is Nacho Libre. So I'd take Nacho, Jack Black, but in Nacho Libre character, obviously. Yeah. I'd take Rick from Rick and Morty.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm between. Do you watch any animes?
I know of them.
You know of them? Okay, so there's this one anime called Demon Slayer. And there's this dude named Inosuke, and he reminds me so much of myself. So I'd probably take him, Inosuke, or who else would I take?
You might know who this is. I did an anime tattoo on my buddy.
Oh yeah?
I don't know who it is, but
maybe I'd take that's actually weird. No, I was gonna say Mrs. Doubtfire from.
Who the fuck is that?
That's it's Robin Williams in character.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. That's just so weird. I don't know why I thought of that. I don't know. Maybe like Scooby Doo.
Oh, dude. Okay, I'm changing mine. I would take Shaggy for sure.
Shaggy, yeah.
Shaggy
and Scooby.
Dude, Shaggy, Joe Dirt, and Austin Powers, bro. Tell me that is not a fire line.
That is really fire. Yeah.
Check this out. I don't know if it's. Yeah.
Oh, that looks like a Pokemon. Is that a Pokemon?
There you go.
Oh, you know what? It could be an anime character. I actually have no idea who that is. Maybe related?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, dude. Oh my God. Austin Powers, Joe Dirt, Shaggy, bro. I'm making a design.
Joe, baby.
I'm making a fucking design of those three.
Yeah?
Dude.
That would be hilarious, man.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Man. Hell yeah. What other questions you got?
Let me see.
What's our time, by the way? Because I can't see. It doesn't say anything.
We're at just about 30 minutes.
Right on. Dude.
All right. These ones are gonna
Shaggy Austin.
I'll give you a few. So, and you see which one you like. So, if you had to explain being a tattoo artist to a group of 5-year-olds, how would you do it? And then, what's like one of the weirdest or funniest things that's ever happened to you?
I'll do the first one and then I'll do the second one. Okay. Well, preface, not a tattoo artist. But if I had to explain it to a group of 5-year-olds, I would say like just doodles that last forever in your skin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, just like that's tough. I don't even know how.
It is hard. It is hard. I don't even know how I would go about that.
Maybe do it in like,
do you want me to draw on you?
Dude, you know who you sound like? You sound like what's that? No, oh fuck. You know Big Mouth?
Yeah. Oh, the hormone monster?
Yeah.
What's his name? Andrew. Right? Isn't it Andrew or something?
Dude, I haven't seen that.
Andrew, what are you doing?
Bro, that show is funny as fuck.
That show is really funny.
What was the second question? What's like something funny?
Yeah, what's like one of the weirdest things or funniest things that's ever happened to you?
Okay, I have a story about the time I got really drunk.
That's always a perfect example.
Yeah. So not my proudest moment. I'll preface with that. This is like high school after freshman year going into sophomore year. So I'm 15, right?
Yeah.
And at that age, like when you can go to a big party and you have booze, like you're on top of the world. You feel like you're Superman. So me and my buddies, we go to this party that everyone was going to. We got 230s, a bottle of vodka, and we're having a grand old night, right?
Yeah.
And at that point, I didn't really know like my limits or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
And I had to be home at a certain time. So we go to this party, we get fucking shit faced. And our other buddy takes his grandma's car to come pick us up. Like he was sorry. Our buddy had a friend who was watching his grandma's house, had his grandma's car.
Yeah.
They both came to pick us up. And it's 4 of us in the back seat, 2 in the front. Our one buddy starts, like, he passed out. He starts throwing up on himself. And like, we're slapping him. We can't wake him up. Like, he's out.
Oh, shit.
So we grab a backpack so we can throw up into the backpack.
Oh, my God.
We go to my house first. And my other buddy, like, no one knew what to do. So I was like, I'm hammered, by the way.
Yeah.
Hammered. So I bring him up onto my porch. We had to, like, carry him because he wasn't awake. My mom comes out like crying and screaming. She's like, Kellen, what the fuck? So, and she sees our buddy unconscious, like with throw up all over him.
Oh no.
So, dude, it gets better. So my mom's like freaking out. We call the ambulance because like he's unresponsive. He's throwing up.
Yeah.
Call the cops, whatever. All my other friends leave. They took him home, whatever. Cop comes, ambulance comes, and I go inside. My mom's trying to deal with it, and then the cop gets there, and like my mom got me to go out to talk to the cop about like what happened, blah 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 blah. So as I'm talking to the cop on my porch, I start pissing my pants, and my mom is like, Kellen, look at your fucking pants. So at that point, she like pulls me away. She's like, "You're
pissing
going
out of
inside."
fear or pissing just because you were just.
I didn't know I was pissing. Like I look down and I just see my pants.
Maybe you have a condition where every time you see a police officer, you have.
So I'm pissing my pants. My mom brings me in. She's livid. And I pass out on the couch. She takes care of me all night. I don't remember a damn thing. I just know I was throwing up. Wake up. We had to go to a funeral like that morning. So I am hungover as shit. It is 85 and humid. The sun's blazing, dude. So we get to the funeral. It's on like top of this kind of ski hill around us. And my mom, when we're going up, she's like, "You're lucky I don't make you get out of the car right now and run up this fucking hill." So I know she's pissed. And a few hours later, I had to get on a flight to go to California to visit my family.
Oh my gosh, that is terrible.
Yeah, dude, I get on the flight, go visit my family, come home, grounded for fucking 3 months.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was like my first really bad drunk experience.
Yeah.
With my mom, and then it happened again the next summer. I was a degenerate when I was in high school partying, but yeah. Dude,
that's crazy, man. That's hilarious.
It was a wild story. I mean, I'm glad I got those days behind me.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's super funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Holy crap.
What about you? What's something funny that happened to you?
Oh my gosh. I actually don't even know. I'm kind of blanking right now. All right, this is kind of a all right, I'll just talk about this one. So I used to live in China, and one of the crazy things over there for expats, or they call foreigners like me, like going over to China. I don't know if it's different now, but at least when we were there, you couldn't really drive. So we had people to drive us, and we would have drivers basically. And then at the same time, there was like no real drinking age. Like when I was in high school, my freshman year as a 14-year-old, my friends were going out clubbing. They weren't like going to a house party. They were going clubbing.
Jesus.
Because you could go to a very, established club and they would serve you. They didn't care who you were, which is actually insane to me.
That is nuts.
Because these kids, I mean, they look like they have baby faces. Like it looks like you're giving alcohol to a 10-year-old. It's just ridiculous. It's insane. So there were plenty of experiences like that. And I had a few buddies who, like my freshman year, and unfortunately I was still not tempted enough to go for it. But
well, I would say that's fortunate.
Yeah.
I don't think that's unfortunate.
I kind of wish it would have been an interesting, but it probably would have ended terribly. Anyway, one of my good buddies, Chen Min, I remember one day in school, he was like, yo, bro, we're going to do some Jello shots and then go to the club. And I was like, what's a Jello shot? And then they ended up like going to the club, and I'm talking like, I remember seeing videos of them having bottle service, bro, like sparklers popping out, and there are people dishing out bottles, and they got the sign that's like happy birthday to blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. But okay, I'll segue into my actual story. So one of the crazy things about living in China is that a lot of Chinese people haven't seen a white person before, which is
wild.
Actually insane to think about. Like, imagine if you've only seen white people and you've never seen another, diverse person. It's insane. So some people, when they see, when they would see someone like me, or what gets them going is if they see like a really pretty blonde girl, or really pretty brunette girl, they'll be like, oh my God, they have to be famous. Like they have to be famous. I have to get a photo. And people who like have been to China will understand what I mean. But my funny story is, so I used to play hockey over there. And one of the places I went to play hockey was the shittiest rink ever. It was inside of a Chinese mall, okay? And I would go up an elevator like 3 floors, and then I would get to this shitty rink that I honestly don't even know how it survived, how it didn't melt, because it was 1, so hot, and 2, so bumpy. It was terrible. Oh. It was terrible. Anyway, so when I wouldn't go to this other rink that they had just built, it was like a brand new 75,000 seater rink, or no, not 7,500 seater arena. I would go there. But I would go to this rink in this mall, okay? And I couldn't drive, so I had a driver, and his name was Liu. And Liu would drive me around and shit, and Liu was pretty cool. He couldn't speak any English, and he would smoke cigs all the time. He had, apparently, after like learning some Chinese a little bit, he had a kid my age, which is why he really liked me. He didn't fuck with my sister as much. He liked me. So I always thought we were cool. Anyway, so Leo would cart me around, and he dropped me off at this mall. And I get out, right? This is my first time going to this mall, and I put my hockey bag on my shoulder, and I have my stick, and I'm walking out in the middle of the street to enter this mall. And mind you, there's like a crap ton of Chinese people everywhere, and they're all staring at me. They're like, "What the fuck is that? Who? What? Like, what kind of Pokemon specimen is that?"
Oh my Lord.
It was pretty funny, and I just had eyeballs on me. And they were like, "Oh my God, what the hell? Who the hell are you?" And I got into the mall, and then I got into the elevator. And at that time, I don't want to spoil this story, but at that time, I had spiky hair, okay,
Yeah.
and I really like to do my hair, and I walk into this elevator, and it's cramped, and there's a little girl in there, and this little girl is holding a picture of Justin Bieber, and
No.
she thinks that I'm Justin Bieber, and she starts freaking out because I kind of looked like him at the time.
Yeah.
And she goes on to like, I walk into the elevator and she starts freaking out, dude. She's like, oh my God. You know, obviously not in English, but,
Yeah.
And she wants me to like give her an autograph. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on? And I'm holding my big ass hockey bag and I can barely move in this elevator. It's so cramped.
Lord.
And, long story short, I gave her a fake autograph. She like photo, and I was like, "Oh my God,
dude, that's the right thing to do."
Girl. But like, what could I have done? You know, I couldn't. Yeah. I also couldn't speak that well, so I wasn't gonna say like, you know, I'm not him. In that moment, I was like, one less lonely girl. It's like a serenader. I'm sure she was like wanting me to sing to her too, but
holy shit, man,
it was crazy. It was just a weird experience, you know. And I mean, I was flattered at the time, but
yeah.
You know.
Speaking of weird experiences in Asia, when I was in Bali, this dude, me and my buddy were like going to take pictures of the sunset on the beach, and this dude came up to me. And he's like, "Can my girl get a picture with you?"
Yeah.
And I was like, sure. But we didn't we looked like homeless backpackers. We did not look good.
Yeah.
So I took a picture with this lady, and it was just like so weird because, I mean, I did not look like famous or anything. I was wearing a shirt with holes in it in my bathing suit, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I feel like we could talk about stories from Asia for a while. I got a ton of those.
Sure. Yeah.
Fuck, definitely. I had one on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
Oh, I might have actually told you this before. When I went to film at a club, did I tell you that?
No.
So there was this nightclub. It was the day before me and my buddy left Bali to go to the Philippines, the night before. And I heard, like, after meeting some people, some friends there, they were all going there. So I was going to go there. Last little hoorah. And I brought my camera. And I get there, and the line is out the door for 100 yards. So I'm like, what do I do? I have my camera. So I go up to the lady with the list. I'm like, hey, I'm here to film. And she's like, all right, come in. Get you in. And then I'm going around. I get a drink. You know, kind of a little eerie of the situation because I'm alone. My buddy didn't come with me.
Yeah.
And then these two fucking big dudes come up to me and they're like, hey, the manager wants to talk to you. And at that point, I'm sweating. So they bring me to like the back where all the workers are. And the dude's like, hey, like, who are you here with? Like, what are you filming? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I pull up my buddy's YouTube page and I'm like, me and my buddy have been filming in like cool spots in Bali, and I show him a video that my buddy made, which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that, but I showed him saying like, this is what I did.
Oh my God.
And then after that, he's like, awesome. Like you can go up to the DJ booth. You can go upstairs to see like the crowd. Way. You can, here's some free drink vouchers, blah, 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 blah.
God. Yeah.
So, yeah. I had a great night. I filmed a video for them and then got home at like 4 a.m., woke up at 6 a.m. and hopped on a flight to the Philippines.
Dude, that's crazy.
Right?
That's kind of a cheat code, dude. Just bring a camera to any nightclub and be like, hey, I'm supposed to film here. And then show a YouTube video. And then
I don't think it would work in America, but it worked over there.
That's crazy, bro. That's actually sick.
Right. Have you Have you
Yeah.
been to Bali?
I have. I was younger though. I was maybe like 16 or something.
Where did you go?
I was in where was I in Bali? Um
Canggu.
keep listing. Do you know any more?
Yeah, Canggu, Ubud,
Mm,
Denpasar. Denpasar is the capital, I think.
none of those are ringing a bell.
Gili Islands.
No,
Um,
I might not even have paid attention to where I was
gotcha,
because we just stayed at like a resort on the beach basically,
gotcha.
and I that's all I really knew it as. But what I was going to talk about was when I went to Thailand once. Um, I went to a Hooters in Thailand. And
Whoa.
if you know anything about Thailand, you
Oh yeah,
know about
I've been there, bro.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you know about the
Lady
for lack of a
boys.
better term, yeah, the shemales or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and I was a kid, bro. I didn't know any of this stuff. I didn't understand it. It made no sense to me. The only thing I could comprehend was the female. Okay, I
Yeah.
couldn't comprehend more than that, or the.
The female carrying a package downstairs.
So we go, me and a few buddies and my dad and a few other dads go to this Hooters, and actually, unfortunately, it was my first time stepping into Hooters. I had no other comparison, but I knew
Yeah.
that Hooters meant boobies, so I was really excited. And dude, out of all places, man, we're in Thailand. We get to the Hooters. My dad and these other dads are like they're giggling, and we're all like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
And our our waitress comes over, bro. And I take a look, and I'm looking at her, and of course, obviously, the breasts were there. I look at the face, and I'm like, "That's a really chiseled jaw." And I move over, and like, "Why do you have a butt chin? Like, what's going on here?" And then you're like, there's peach fuzz on your face. Like,
Oh my
what's going on?
lord, dude.
And I'm starting. Okay, I'm like, my radar as a 15, 16 year old is like, it's going off a little bit. I didn't really understand it, but I was like, um, and then I start to look around the room, and I'm looking, and there's not, like there were just male, female, shemales everywhere, and I was like, what the hell is going on right now?
Yeah.
And I was like, Dad, why are men dressed as women? I thought this was a place where beautiful women serve us food. And he was like, yeah, dude, this is what they do over here. And he just said that.
My
like, what?
God.
What do you
Yeah,
mean
bro.
this is what they do? Are they like a shemale capital? Like what
Dude, yeah.
But yeah, that's the thing. And then the craziest thing is like they have they don't hold back. Like you'll be walking out on the street and they'll try to come up to you and be like, hey, let's go right now.
They're aggressive, dude.
Terrifying. I would not want to go back there,
Yeah, I had a great time in Bangkok.
Oh, I bet you did.
No, not like that. Not like that. No, but nothing crazy. But just like walking the streets of like, I forget the famous roads. I think it was like Soy Cowboy, Kawasan Road.
Yeah.
I forget the others, but yeah, me and my two buddies that I was with, like you said, they're everywhere and they're aggressive.
Yeah.
They will grab you, they will try and bring you somewhere, and you're like,
yeah.
No. So we go in this one club and we got drinks, whatever. I went to go pee.
Yeah.
And this fucking, I think it was a girl.
Yeah.
But it could have been a lady boy because they all look very, very like.
I know.
It's
Some of them, it's hard to tell.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm in the men's bathroom.
Yeah.
Going pee. And this lady comes out of the stall, grabs my shoulder and tries to like aggressively bring me into the other stall, and there was a little language barrier, so I was like, no. I feel like I'm gonna catch an STD just standing in the room with you.
Oh my
dude.
gosh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
You assaulted in
Dude.
the men's bathroom.
Bangkok's a wild place.
Oh yeah,
Wild fucking place.
Sure.
And dude, seeing all the old white dudes, the old white fucking single dudes, you can just tell that they're there to get.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely go back. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Chiang Mai. Have you been to Chiang Mai?
I was in Phuket.
Oh, I was there too. Phuket's great.
Yeah.
I was sick the whole time I was there though. So.
Dude, I got sick too. Well, we went snorkeling and to get out there, we went on this like really questionable, potentially cardboard boat. And we get out there and the waves are ridiculous, bro. It's just like whoosh, whoosh. Yeah. You're trying to snorkel, and I got really sick.
Yeah.
But
dude, being sick traveling might be the worst thing in the world.
Terrible. Actually, I don't there's probably been a few times that I've been sick while traveling. But I remember one time my sister being really sick and we had to like take her to the hospital. I forget where we were at the time.
Jeez.
But yeah, being sick and traveling is the worst combo ever. Yeah. Terrible combination.
Did you ever notice in Thailand all the pharmacies around?
No, not really.
There were I guess because I was looking for them.
Yeah.
But
that is true.
Yeah, right before we left the Philippines to go to Thailand, I got a really bad sinus infection. And we had a long flight to Malaysia, had a 7-hour layover. I feel like I'm dying.
Yeah.
And get to Thailand or Phuket. And the first thing I did was try and find pharmacies. And I was like talking to my mom and my aunt who spent some time there. And dude, there were like every other fucking block there was a pharmacy.
Really?
And then I just found it was weird because you can just go there. You tell them what, you tell them what you're feeling, and they give you whatever.
Yeah.
So I got antibiotics. I was very nervous.
Yeah.
I took them, felt better after a few days, but I like literally could not hear out of my ears.
Oh my!
They were so plugged up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Asia's a wild place.
It is. It is wild. It is definitely wild. I really want to go to Japan. I feel like that's my that's my spot. Yeah. Oh my god. So much good food. I feel like it might be a lot more I don't know, just a lot more calmer.
Yeah, and the culture there is nuts.
Unreal. Yeah, unreal.
I was reading this I started this book, Shoe Dog by Phil Knight.
Mm.
And in the first chapter he talks about like cuz that's where he went to start Nike. He was talking about the culture and how like everything is based on respect for literally like you don't throw trash on the ground, you don't do this and that, blah 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 blah. It is all about respect. And he said in like the meetings, he was talking to this guy that was kind of prepping him to like to know what to expect in a Japanese meeting.
Yeah.
And he said like they don't give granted this was in the 1960s. He said they don't give set definitive answers. Like they won't just be blunt and say no or yes.
Right.
So you could go into a meeting, think you killed it, later on they'll deny you. Yeah. Or you can go into a meeting, think you absolutely bombed, and then they're going to give you the deal. So it was just very interesting. I think Japan would be a really cool place to visit. And their tattoo scene is nuts too.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's really cool because the tattoos, especially, you can't show your tattoos in Japan. It's illegal. Yeah. So,
which is interesting. Nuts.
Yeah, it is crazy.
What are we at on time?
We're at 55 right now.
Right on. I got a few questions. And then we can wrap it up after that.
Cool.
I don't know why, dude. I think about very deep questions, and I don't
Mhm.
know why.
All right.
Sometimes I wish I didn't think like that, but these just pop into my brain. Like, these are all I just thought about in the morning. I'm like, why the fuck am I thinking about this shit in the fucking morning?
Yeah.
So I wrote down, what does the older generation not understand about our generation?
Ooh, that is deep.
Right? Like, why am I thinking about that at 9 a.m, dude?
Yeah.
I just want to have my coffee and relax. And I'm thinking about
Okay, no,
why the older generation just sucks.
Well, I think one of the biggest things is, older generations, like let's say maybe not my parents, but my parents' parents, my grandparents, or maybe somewhere around that area in 60s to 70s or something.
I'm
Um,
thinking 70s and up.
yeah. Those people, they grew up in such a different world. I mean, our world is completely fixated and dominated by technology.
Yeah.
Like, this didn't exist. It wasn't a thing. I mean, everything was all about human interaction and being being around someone and sending letters and doing all these things that were just so simple but yet so effective at conveying emotions and stuff like that. And I think that maybe people from older generations don't necessarily understand how, in this day and age, how all of these different these different things that stimulate us can also affect our generation as a whole. In terms of, like, I mean, I would say that there's, I'm not sure what the scene was like for mental health and things like that way back when. I'm sure that it was still relevant, but at least now it's spiked a lot, exponentially. And there's something to be said for the fact that our world, clouded by all this technology, is doing that to us. And maybe, all the older generations do not necessarily understand how that's possible. On top of that, though, like, I feel like at least the first thing that I thought of was that older generations might not have as much respect for us as maybe
100%.
we do for them. We have a lot of respect for them. I mean, if they fought in world wars, or they sacrificed for our country, I mean, those are huge things that we never had to worry about. We never had to worry about our safety or sacrificing our lives, for a greater cause. So, but yet we are going to lead, this generation will lead society eventually. So
Yeah.
It's interesting to think about the respect piece, and going back to the whole Japan thing. There's this aspect of always respect your superior, always respect your elders. And I think, in terms of that, there's a lot lacking in our generation. We don't necessarily completely respect our elders, but at the same time, maybe elders don't necessarily respect us because they see the shit that we're doing and they're like, what the hell? This never would have happened in my day.
Yeah.
So I think that older generations don't necessarily understand how we think and the stuff that impacts us and what currently lives in our society, because they're not a part of it anymore. They're more, sticking to their old fashioned ways. I would presume. I mean, I'm sure there's some outliers, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think older folks don't understand about us?
I think they don't understand how drastic the difference is between our lives and their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to say all of them, but a lot of the older people I know and have come in contact with are very stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to change their ways, even if they're impacting their lives and the people around them negatively.
Yeah.
Just because they're stubborn in their ways. And kind of different question, but do you think that there should be an age limit for government workers, specifically the president? And also, do you think there should be a driving age limit?
Mm-hmm.
Or at a certain age, you have to take the driving test again?
Well, okay. Well, driving, I think, is pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, you should have to, as you're getting older, especially when your health is declining, you should have to be tested to be able to drive.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of accidents. I just saw one the other day of this. It was an older man and a motorcyclist, and the older man rear-ended the motorcyclist, and he went flying.
Yeah.
And he was like, I didn't see, I couldn't see. So I think that one is self-explanatory. And then I forget which president it was that that created the two-term for presidents. But shit,
Well,
I know this.
I think 2 terms is fine.
Yes, two terms is fine. But I was going to explain somewhat. It was just because I'm blanking on the president, but one of the presidents, he got too old, and he was like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm pretty sure. I could be botching this, but
FDR.
I think it might have been. Oh wait, I have the internet.
Well, I'm horrible with history, especially government and politics, just because I think that's another thing. This generation and it seems like our generation notices the very, very evident corruption and kind of like lack of trust for people in office and how divided the country is getting, whether you're leaning more left or right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no place for anyone to be in the middle. Like, it seems like if you're in the middle, then you're wrong. That's what the world wants to, or our society wants to kind of preach, is like, if you're not on a side, then, you're wrong, which is fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
The reason I ask this question is because I saw another interview of the countless interviews with Sleepy Joe, and it's painful, man. It's really, really, really hard to watch.
Yeah, I mean, going off of your question, I would say that, in my opinion, I believe that if at least there's not an age limit, there should be some sort of test that can show that a president is
like a cognitive test,
cognitively capable. And I don't want to get too much into politics because I know that can be.
I don't know shit about politics, though.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, exactly. And I don't want to necessarily say that, I'm claiming that, Joe Biden is like, not there.
He's not, dude.
But
he's not. You don't have to be afraid of that. Like, you just gotta fucking go on YouTube, Google Joe Biden interviews, man. It is so clear.
I know. I mean, look. Yes, you should have it. It's a no-brainer for me that you should have a test in place that if you're in a time questioning a current president's health or mental state, there should be some way to investigate that properly. Yeah. And then people should respect that because you know, I would assume obviously it would be hard if you're a president being like, well, what the hell? I'm fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with me. You're going to deny it, obviously, but I don't know. There should be a respectful practice in place. It's like, listen, if you're not capable of doing the job, then you need to get the hell out of here. Respectfully. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it is comical to watch some of the shit he says. He'll be like, I was snorkeling with dogs, and the dogs asked if I wanted to go get some ice cream. So I went to go get the ice cream, and he could be, the question could be like, Mr. President, what do you think of the geopolitics in this region, whatever? And he'll just go off on like, this one time back when I was a kid, I used to go get ice cream for all the other kids.
That's like unrelated.
Yeah. It's just funny to me.
No. For sure.
Let's see if I have another one and then we'll wrap it up. What makes you happy? Very simple. Lighthearted for episode 100. Like what,
100.
What gets you up in the morning? What gets you stoked?
Yeah. So one of the things that I've actually recently noticed that makes me really happy is creating things.
Hell yeah.
And, being an entrepreneurship, studier at college, it's something that I've really started to like. I've been around startups now, and I've worked for them, and I've been to startup incubators where, startups are quite literally starting up, and incubators help them through that process. And then there's also these like entrepreneurship ecosystems where a lot of like-minded people in the space can go collaborate or just network. And I've been at a few of those too. So I've just noticed, like, whenever I'm in a situation where I'm solving a problem or I'm collaborating and creating something new that doesn't necessarily exist, it really excites me, because then I'm like, okay, there's some potential opportunity here to actually make a difference and do something. And that's my ultimate goal. Obviously in my, I'm still learning things as a, 22-year-old, that getting my experience down and stuff like that. But my ultimate goal is to inevitably make something that has some sort of impact on people, and
dude,
in a positive light.
You just made my fucking day. That is music to my ears, man. There's not a lot of people like you who want to do that. That's what I'm trying to do too. So it's like very refreshing to hear that.
Yeah,
man.
Mm-hmm.
What do you, is there anything like specific cause that you are passionate about that you want to kind of impact the lives of?
It's tough. There's so many different avenues that I feel that I could go down. And I don't want to limit myself. And it's hard now to say too, because I also haven't been exposed to as much. So I want to, I don't know, find the right thing. But I am really interested in senior care. And after, seeing, to put it frankly, my grandparents decline, and how difficult that was. It's made me want to help and figure out new ways to make that easier for other people, because you have no idea how many people, you're an adult and your older parent is getting to the point where they're pretty old now and they need help. And in a lot of scenarios, you feel as that adult kid, now obligated to care for your parent. And sometimes also your parent also thinks that your parent feels like that the kid should be their main care person. Yeah. For lack of better defining that. So I think senior care could be something I could go into down the road. Also, it could be smaller things. Like I'm in the process still of developing a new kind of gym wear, which kind of relates to like undershirts, like wife beaters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it could be as small as, developing a new type of comfortable shirt that people enjoy or something like that. Not necessarily a problem in society, but something that can still improve. So those things like that are like, I love the gaming scene, man. I love it so much. It's such a important part of my life, and I feel like there could be something down the road. Like a lot of streamers will, donate to certain charities and stuff like that. And that definitely seems like, if I made my own Twitch and had a platform, I would also love to donate to certain charities and feel like people aren't just donating random money to me. It could go somewhere more important. So I don't know.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's huge. Like I said, there's not a lot of people who have that kind of forward thinking and are conscious enough to like realize there are a lot of issues, and there's an infinite amount of issues that you could support, but not a lot of people actually take that action.
Right.
That's huge. I think the gaming industry specifically is so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Because it's still pretty new, right? As far as like, streamers and
that stuff is mm-hmm, for sure.
The opportunities there are endless, and I'm not exactly sure how Twitch works, but like you said, there's donations that people donate to you, and then you can do what you want with that money. That's dope. That's super dope. Back to your thing about like collaborating and working with startups and everything, what number, as far as profits, does Lonely Cowboy have to make by the time you graduate to get you on the team?
That's a loaded question.
Well, I mean, that's still so far in advance, but I'm in the same boat as you, is like, and I've realized this every day more and more, that I do not enjoy building things on my own. Like I need a team. I need people, creative thinkers, collaborators. I just think that works so much better.
Yeah.
It's so much more fun when you build something with someone else and like you get their insight on things, and then it's just a all around win-win for everyone. And what number?
Well, it's really hard to say because, to be honest, I mean, coming out of college, like the money that, like, that's what you're talking about, like salary,
equity,
or well, the difference would be like obviously I know that Lonely Cowboy's in like the really early stages.
Yeah.
Compared to, maybe like a more established like
Mad
startup.
Rabbit.
Yeah, exactly, like a Mad Rabbit per se. So I think honestly I would if I were to, come help out and stuff like that, it wouldn't be it'd be something that, I would do not really for money, basically, because like if I really cared about helping it improve, me having like a right amount of equity or a right amount of salary would like screw up everything, basically, like
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I really wanted it to improve and to scale, I couldn't ask for anything now because that would be ridiculous. It just wouldn't make any sense. It would set you back further, because like, I don't know, let's say, for example, my senior friends last year who graduated now, like Sawyer per se, like I think he makes out of school like around and I'm not entirely sure because we haven't fully talked about it, but basically based on his role, he makes like over 100 or something, or around 100, or maybe 90 to 100. But
Yeah.
I don't know, after school, it would be nice to get anywhere from like, I don't know, 60 to 80 potentially. You know, I have no idea. But if I were to help you out, which I'd love to help you out in some capacity, like regardless of what it is, I wouldn't do that for, I would just do that because I want to help create something too. It wouldn't be because I, need fucking money. Like I can do something.
I hear you, dude, and you're a fucking G for saying that. But time is money, and if this is still conversation for way down the road, but you're the type of person, and now that like we've built this relationship throughout all the podcasts we've done, and I heard this somewhere where it's like when you're trying to find people to work with, like whether that's starting something new or just whatever, it is really, really hard to find good people, really, really hard. And even if let's say, whenever that time comes, Lonely Cowboy is more established, has more money coming in, blah, 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 blah. Even if you denied it all, I would still give you it, because if Lonely Cowboy is successful, then you're successful. So then that makes or let's just say not you, the individual, whoever is working, is more invested in it because, as the company grows, we all grow together.
Yeah.
And I've seen startups and whatnot that don't have that kind of like camaraderie and community where it's just the CEO making all the money.
Yeah.
Those never seem to play out well.
Right.
And
Right.
Dave Portnoy with Barstool is an example I always use, because like he, from the very start, he made it a point to bring everyone around him with him.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can talk about that way down the line, but I don't want to fucking lose you, because I know how valuable you are to any company you work with. And, if you get a job anywhere, dude, I will write the greatest reference letter for you.
Dude, I appreciate that. That means a lot to me.
Yeah. And, yeah, dude, fuck it. We're going to take this thing to the goddamn moon.
Yeah.
Starting this week.
Look,
100K.
I think like what would really blend well is I can take a lot of the stuff that I've learned from classes and from being here and studying entrepreneurship and startups, and we can like sit down, off podcast and have an actual conversation about what your goals are and how we can actually make it possible,
Yeah.
with steps, with strategies, with tools, with a business plan, like with all this stuff. And we can go from step 1 to step 2 to step 3 through stages, and eventually have, something that develops into a profitable business.
We can start from scratch. We can start from scratch, start from day one.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of room for potential. And I think that we can definitely also brainstorm some ideas too about potential business ideas and try to, create something too, because we're both passionate about similar things. And, that's kind of all you really need.
Yeah. So the biggest thing I think is we're both passionate about wanting to help people.
Yeah.
In whatever form that comes in. But that is a huge thing for me. Like I really, really, really want to be around people that want to help people. And, we're not just building a business or building whatever we're doing strictly for the selfish gain of profit. And yeah,
exactly.
Fuck yeah, dude. That got me so stoked. Great episode for episode 100.
Episode 100, man.
Let's schedule something for this week where we can talk more about business off the podcast.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're gonna keep journaling this week. Next week, Friday, 10 o'clock.
Friday, 10 o'clock.
Word.
Let's go.
Anything else you want to add before we take off?
No, big things coming up. That's all I got to say.
Hell yeah, dude. I think you have to end it because it doesn't say. Maybe I can. No, actually, I think I can. All right. We will catch you next week. Thank you, Griff. Talk to you soon.
All right.